Hey yo, E-King's Fight News. I told you, all you guys who thought Dillian Whyte would be fighting Anthony Joshua, shout out to LDBC. I told everybody who thought that fight would be happening to say hold on the brakes. Dillian Whyte is out here saying he's in the dark. And I believe they did change plans. And now all of that's confirmed. We're going to be seeing Anthony Joshua versus Jarrel Miller, and he's not fighting in April. There's no Wembley date for AJ in 2019. And I'll tell you exactly why. E-King's Fight News. We got more on this. Alright. Hey, smash the like button right now. Because I told you guys that we'd see this matchup right here. We would see that matchup right there. AJ, Jarrel Miller in 2019. And now Eddie Hearn is being very open about it. And he basically confirmed it. He confirmed it in his body language, the way he was talking about it. And everything is pointing to Anthony Joshua versus Jarrel Miller. I did a 3 reasons video why we would see this fight next. Some thought it was fake news. Man, I told you guys, man. I told you guys. Anyways, why isn't AJ fighting in Wembley? Very simple. He signed on the dotted line with Eddie Hearn. And Eddie Hearn was hoping to secure either a Deontay Wilder or a Tyson Fury for April of 2019. Not for 2018. Right? That's really where he fucked up. But he was hoping to secure that fight for 2019. April. Wembley. And it didn't happen. It didn't happen that way. Because look at what happened. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury found themselves in an even fight. You know? It was called a draw. So, the natural progression of any kind of draw is to do a rematch. We all know this. Now you wonder why. You really wonder why Eddie Hearn never wanted Deontay Wilder to fight Tyson Fury in the first place. Y'all remember that shit? Y'all say, oh, that fight's not going to happen. I don't buy it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Y'all remember that shit. Y'all remember that shit, right? Oh, I don't necessarily believe what Wilder's going to fight Tyson Fury. You know, Tyson Fury, he's still on the couch. How is he going to fight? You know, y'all remember all that shit. Well, I have a suspicion that Eddie Hearn had a feeling that these two guys, if they fought the first fight, I have a strong suspicion Eddie Hearn kind of was hoping if that fight went down that he would actually root for Deontay Wilder to win and to just get rid of him in a knockout. Or something like that. Like, I don't know, because I kind of feel like Eddie Hearn never wanted to fight Wilder in 2018. That was very clear. But what isn't clear to me is, did he actually want the fight in 2019? And I kind of feel like he did want it in 2019. But he wanted the fight signed in 2018 for 2019. And all that bullet, like the way he approached everything was just one giant clusterfuck. Because he was never honest about the situation. That he wanted to fight Povetkin first and then fight Wilder. Right? He was never honest about that situation. And Wilder wanted to get that fight done and happening for September, October, November, whenever. Right? But anyways, now Eddie Hearn's made promises that he couldn't deliver. He couldn't deliver that fight for DAZN, which was a Wilder Joshua fight. So he's trying to get another brash, bold American guy who could talk a little bit of shit and he could fight to the point where he hasn't been exposed yet, because Big Baby Miller's been ripe to be exposed. You see how wide open this guy leaves his fucking chin and shit. Like, you see how wide open he's throwing these looping shots. And, you know, this guy's just easy to hit all the way around. So, Eddie Hearn was smart. You know, he matched him up against guaranteed wins, against smaller guys for the most part, right? Adamek, Dinu, fucking, he fought Washington before that. A smaller guy. He's been eating up these small guy heavyweights, right? But main point is AJ's ran out of steam over there in the UK. He's completely ran out of steam. The Dillian Whyte is really the last fight he could have made, but for whatever reason, it seems like Eddie Hearn did a complete 180 on Dillian Whyte. It seemed like all of a sudden, that fight isn't what AJ wanted, right? Remember, Eddie Hearn works for AJ. So it must have been AJ that really secretly didn't want to fight Dillian Whyte. Right? Y'all saw how he was acting in the ring with Dillian Whyte. He was, you know, I don't want to be criticized if I fight Dillian. Yo, man. Y'all know what it is, right? So AJ's like, hey, I gotta get this. I gotta get that big bum Miller on my resume. I'm gonna look good in the US if I knock this guy out. Yeah, that, and if you haven't realized, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury just hit a real nice, like they just robbed the bank in a way. They robbed the bank. They hit up the U.S. market, and they got it on pay-per-view. They got paid. They got buys. And they got controversy. They got a rematch already lined up. What does AJ have? He's only has Dillian Whyte left. So he all of a sudden, what's happening is he's trying to rush in and steal their shine and scoop their heat and try and get his own little piece of the action when he turned it down. When he got offered that fight with Deontay Wilder. You know, it's one giant piece of karma right now. And it depends, because you know what? I will grab that DAZN. I will grab it for Canelo Jacobs. I will not grab it. I will not take a free subscription to watch AJ versus Jarrel Miller. I will not do it based on the pretenses of how this whole situation came about. Because I try and keep it. I try and keep things exactly as I see them. Right? I call it like I see it, point blank. And when it comes to Dillian Whyte, I feel like he deserves a heavyweight shot way more than this big belly Jarrel Miller. Way more than that big cabbage, as Dillian Whyte called him, which is so accurate. He's a big red cabbage. That's what Jarrel Miller is. But anyways, man, that's King Fight News. And, okay, so I had to ramble a little bit, but Eddie Hearn basically said, you know what? We've had conversations with Tyson Fury. We've had conversations with your boy AJ. You know, we've been talking to AJ, and he's not so excited about Dillian Whyte. But when it comes to Jarrel Miller, this guy wants to eat that pancake for all of a sudden, man. This guy wants that fight. It's funny how that works. And Eddie Hearn, there's this one interview with Fight Hype. I'm going to put the link in the description. And Eddie Hearn is trying to sell these guys on Jarrel Miller because they all have a feeling. They all heard it from somewhere that Jarrel Miller could be next. And I told you guys well in advance. And I tell you, these AJ fights are so easy to predict, man. It's not even hard. Like, it's not even hard. They're supposed to announce it next week. We already know what's happening. That's what it's like when you're with Matchroom Duck Zone Boxing. So y'all know what, or a mismatch room. It should be the real name of that shit. Anyways, King Fight News. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. And basically, in the interview, just look how Eddie Hearn is speaking. Because he's like, oh, you know, we had conversations with Dillian White. You know, Dillian White, he thinks I'm ripping him off. Deontay Wilder's not responding to me. You know? Oh, I've spoken with Tyson Fury. Well, we're talking with Fury. You know, we have conversations. And we have conversations with Jarrel Miller. And I love the idea. And I love the idea of Jarrel Miller fighting in the U.S. where AJ can make his American debut. You know, he's clearly, he's clearly setting up the announcement for Anthony Joshua versus Jarrel Miller. It's so clear as day. It's clear, crystal clear that he's setting this up. So you already know, man. That's the next fight that's coming up. It might as well be confirmed. And it's King Fight News, man. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Peace. And smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.